Hi everyone, so today's video I never thought I was honestly gonna do, and I don't want anyone scared by the title or anything. I just want to have an open conversation from my POV to my audience, because I never want to shy away or try and make it seem like, oh my god, I'm so happy all the time, or oh my god, everything's so great, because I'm human too, and a lot of people comment on my videos and like, oh my god, you're so bubbly, you're so energetic in every single video, like how do you do it? And I want to be fully transparent. In each of my videos, I never bullshit anything. If I'm having a bad day, I do not film. It is as simple as that. I know my routine on YouTube is very strict, multiple videos a day, but I swear, if I wake up and I'm having a really bad day, I don't film. I never push myself to the point where I feel everything caving in on me, because it can get hard sometimes, and I just wanted to kind of talk about it. So the thing that triggered me to make this video was a few nights ago, I had my first panic attack in so long, and it was really scary, honestly. I was doing a YouTube live stream, and near the end of the live stream, I started feeling very uneasy, and my breathing started to speed up, and I was getting very stressed. And normally I do live streams for 2 hours, and I ended the live stream at 30 minutes. I was like, bye guys, I gotta go. And there's a reason that that live stream is no longer on my channel, because I can't watch it back, because I'm like, oh my god, no one knew. I was freaking the fuck out at this moment, and I knew if I stayed on any longer, I would have a full-on breakdown on camera, and I was like, you know what? Not today. So it kind of set me back a little bit, and over the past few days, I've kind of been in a really weird place, and I've felt the lingering effects of having that panic attack. Because I don't have them that often, they're really bad whenever I do have them. Basically, the feeling that I had was everything around me was woozy. I felt like I couldn't center myself. My breathing was off. I thought I was gonna faint. I was getting so uneasy, and even thinking back to it, it was so horrible. And the last time I had a panic attack was probably 2018 or 2019, and it was whenever I was in my secondary school. Now, I've already done a video talking about how my experience there wasn't the best, and you can watch that if you want. Without getting into the nitty-gritty, I had a really bad secondary school experience, and I had panic attacks quite often. Basically, I would feel stressed every day, and that kind of set it off for me. Secondary school was where I developed anxiety. And I'm not going to be on here and say that my anxiety is so bad and all, because I know a lot of people have it worse than me. I don't have really bad anxiety, but I am kind of like an anxious person, and I feel it's okay to say that, and I never want to take away from other people saying that they have anxiety or anything. And that's why I never really speak up about my own struggles, if you want to say. I hate saying struggles, Jesus Christ. Because I never wanted to feel like I'm belittling someone else's experience, and in no way am I saying that. I'm not saying I have the worst case in the world or whatever, because I know I have it pretty well. Literally, it's okay and it's manageable. But that being said, I am quite an anxious person. In any situation that I go in, I force myself to be more Adam than usual. I force myself to be more extra than usual, because I'm quite anxious in most social situations, and it happened ever since secondary school. This is me being fully fucking transparent here. Because I had such a bad experience, every day I went in and I was kind of on guard. And ever since then, my life has been a bit different, whether that's being on camera or whether that's in person. I am a very guarded person, I would say, throughout everything I do, except for online. Online, I have always been the most authentic version of me, and I think that's why an audience has been able to connect with me. I don't know, I'm not gonna assume why you watch my videos, but if you're watching me, it's how I am in person if you're my best friend, because I feel so comfortable in front of a camera, and I really need this. Like, I need this. This is my outlet, so thank you for allowing me to have that. But in person, I am quite a guarded person, and I did a video with my friend Aiden not that long ago, and someone asked a question for me to ask him, and it was like, do people stay away from Adam? And he was like, no, Adam stays away from people, because I am a very guarded person, and I like to protect myself, because I've been through some really bad situations, and of course people have been through way worse things than me, but especially last year, 2019 was a very rough year for me, and I lost a lot, and I had to make a lot of sacrifices, and it was necessary, but has still had lingering effects on me to this day. I have been betrayed, if you want to say, by a lot of people and things. And it doesn't need to be a sad story, because I've learned from it and I've grown from it, which I'm so grateful for. But with that, I've had lingering anxiety, and anything can really push me over the edge in terms of having a panic attack. And for so long, whenever I feel anxious and I'm like, oh, I need to slow down a bit, because I don't want to reach this tipping point of having a panic attack. The last time I had one, as I said, was whenever I was in school. And I would have them all the time. And now whenever you're in secondary school, if you say, hey, can I go to the bathroom? They go, no, wait until your next break. And so if I was about to have a panic attack and I was like, can I go to the bathroom? They said no, I'd freak the fuck out. Because how are you going to restrict? That's another topic for another day. So many days I would have panic attacks literally in the bathrooms of secondary school. And not even my family know about this, not my friends know about this, because I don't like talking about it. It makes me severely uncomfortable because I see it as a character downfall in myself. I'm like, damn, why can't I not act like this? Why can't I just like be better? And then I'm like, that's not the right thinking to have at all. And so the last proper panic attack before that was I was going in for mouth surgery. And I had to get a bunch of surgeries within my mouth. My teeth were all over the place, besides the point. And before I went in, I was more nervous about getting put out, you know, the like gas or whatever, than the actual surgery. And I had a panic attack in the chair and my mom was there and it was not cute. Sobbing, couldn't breathe, fainting. Everything was awful about that day, and how I felt back then was how I felt a couple nights ago. And that was really scary for me as well, because I could have so easily went into my mom, who's next door, as in like literally that room, not like different house, and been like, Mom, this is happening to me. But it was feeling as if everything was closing in on me and I couldn't get up and move, and that was really scary. Like beyond scary, like it was a bit hard. And because I am a very guarded person as well, I don't like talking about stuff like this. I love whenever other people feel confident enough to come to me and talk about this. And this is a weird thing about me, I love giving other people advice if they come to me and they feel comforted that I can talk to them and advise them. I love that, and I talk to you and I'm trying my best to comfort you in some sort of way, but I do not like going to other people. If I have a panic attack, I don't like talking about it. If I have an anxiety attack, if I feel really anxious any day, I close in on myself, even though I say, oh, I'm not going to close in on myself, because I don't like talking to people about it. And that's something that I have to get over, and I'm working on that. I just wanted to make this video because whenever I said I had a panic attack one of the last days, everyone was like, oh my god, like I didn't know you struggle with this. And it's like, in my videos I feel so comfortable, and I'm in my most comfortable zone ever, and I enjoy talking, and I enjoy doing these commentary videos, I enjoy doing my vlogs, I enjoy every single thing. Down to the editing, down to the promotion of doing YouTube. YouTube to me is the best thing that's ever happened. And my audience watching has given me that push. And so I want to say thank you for that. But I just want you also to know that a lot of people are commenting and being like, oh my god, your videos have been getting me through some really hard times. Like I felt super stressed, I've been super anxious, I've had a lot of panic attacks recently. And I wanted you to know that you're also helping me. Because I'm not perfect. Fucking, I think we're all aware of that. But you are that support for me. So thank you. I've gotten sappy a lot of times on my channel recently, and I hate it because if I watch a YouTuber and they get sappy, I'm like, click off, like this is fake, whatever. So I try my best to avoid that because I don't want it ever seeming inauthentic or just whatever. So I kind of just like avoid it altogether, which is why I don't really talk about my feelings or don't really talk about things that are happening in my body or whatever like that on camera, because I don't want people ever thinking I'm asking for sympathy. A, not the case, please, oh my god. And two, I don't want people to, just like feel sorry for me, because I want to have an open conversation instead of being like, oh, you're trying to make us feel bad for you. Because I hate that. That's so not what I want to do at all. And that's the reason I've always been scared to make one of these videos completely talking about me. So when I made the shift from secondary school into my college I'm in now, I completely stopped having panic attacks in terms of like in a college environment, because I felt supported. I had a good support system even in college, and everything about it was great. And so recently I've had to make a lot of decisions, and decision making stresses me out. I think it stresses anyone out. And please, oh my god, I'm not trying to make this, oh, pity me, pity me, pity me. I know people have it way worse than me. I'm just trying to like say my own personal experience, right? Trust me, it took a lot to do this fucking video. But recently I've had to make a lot of decisions, and I'm still making those decisions. And so I'm a kind of person who likes having people make decisions for me, and then I'll be like, okay, you said that, so I'm gonna go with it. But there's been a lot of things recently that I've had to make the sole decision because it's about my life and about my future. And so that also makes me feel very, very, very uneasy. Like, extremely uneasy. And that has really been what set me off recently. And I fully believe that that's what my panic attack was over, because there's a lot of weight on my shoulders right now behind the scenes, and there's a lot of just like built up stress that I've created and put on myself. No one has put this on me I put it on myself. My own fault. And so I'm currently in the mindset of like, oh shit, I feel like this because I put this on myself. And then I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't be thinking like this. So then I'm putting more blame on myself. And so I'm currently in the process of trying to redirect my brain into a different thinking about this. Because I should be able to make decisions on my life and not feel an amount of pressure or stressed, even though I know I'm making the right decision. I think it's just the concept of making a decision is so scary to me. No matter what it is. Throughout anything in my life, I've always liked other people making the decision and then I follow suit. Like, I redirect everything based on them making the decision for me, which is something I need to get out of because it's my own life. I'm about to be 18 years old in like, what, a month and a half? I'm gonna be an adult. And that stresses me out as well, that I'm gonna be 18 years old. I'm gonna be an adult. And it's like, everything changes from that. But nothing changes. I very much so live a life of an adult right now. Whether it's through work, business, whatever, even within my friends and going to a college. I very much so live that life. I don't go to school, so there's not much that's gonna change. But in my head, there's a built up pressure that, oh shit, I'm 18, I have to change my life. I don't. But it's a built up pressure. And I think a lot of people might relate on this, that it's pressure you put on yourself. So that's currently where I'm thinking and where my mind is at. So making videos has always been a release for me, and it's not been a distraction, but it's been something that I enjoy putting my time into. And a lot of people will be like, that's a distraction, but in my opinion, a distraction means it's distracting me from something bad. This is what puts me in such a good path, if that makes any sense. So while I'm having the lingering effects of my panic attack a few days ago, I am doing well. I don't want anyone to think I'm struggling or anything like that. I am doing well. And people have it way worse than me, and I think a lot of people struggle with anxiety and stuff like that. Again, I'm not saying I do, I'm just saying I am quite an anxious person as it is. And because I've always been an anxious person, I've never really said I have anxiety because it's always been the norm for me. And that's not really a bad thing in my opinion because I've learned to live with that. And you know what? I'm fine. I think I'm a good person. My friends think I'm a good person. I don't like being treated differently because I have this. Everyone, in my opinion, has a little bit of anxiety. I think with me being the sole runner of so many things that are happening in my life through college, through YouTube, through friends, through everything, I put a lot of pressure on myself, which means I have a little bit more pressure on me than someone who's just gonna follow suit in a course in school, which is like, oh, I do this, then I go to university, then I go to this, then I get this job. For me, things are a little bit more uncertain. Even down to going to a film college. I know that may be hard to grasp for some people, but just know that going to the college that I go to is completely different than going to a secondary school and doing A-levels. It's a little bit less structured and kind of more, and that stresses me out as well because, as I said, I like having people make decisions for me, and this is something that I've went into that requires me to make even more decisions for myself, and that's something I'm not good at. So I just want anyone listening to know that I'm not a perfect person either. I struggle with stuff, and I'm slowly learning how to change my thinking of ways that I've put myself down. And for people who say that my videos help them with their anxiety or depression or anything like that, I just want you to say that I love you and I hear you, and thank you for choosing to have me as someone who can be a distraction for you. And even just someone who's there for you, because I want you to know that I fucking am. You comment, I'll be responding. You message me, I'm trying my best to respond because I fucking care. And the bottom line is I fucking love my audience. And my audience have been there for me through so much. And it's such a beautiful thing that I've really grown up on the internet. And thank you for the people who've been there from the start, but also the people that have joined along the way. Each of you are so fucking valued by me, and I really do fucking mean that, all bullshit aside. So thank you for that. And thank you to anyone who listened to this and waited out this video and listened. Literally, I never thought I would do this video being so open and transparent on camera, but I also didn't want to make it such a big deal, which is why I literally just set up my camera here and I'm not doing a big setup or whatever like that, because I don't want to make it a big deal, because you know what? It shouldn't have to be. Talking about your emotions, talking about your mental health shouldn't have to be this stigmatized, professional, like once in a lifetime video. Like, I want to make it more comfortable for me, which is why I've just done this easy setup. So thank you to anyone who's listened. I love you all. I will see you in my next video. It'll be completely different than this. Do not worry. But if you watch, thank you. And if you just heard what I had to say, I appreciate it. So I love you. You're heard. And bye.